to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your host, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life concerns such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening to understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Hey, great afternoon. Welcome to another wonderful session of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. I am your host, Annette Harris. Thank you so much for joining off. We can all things we think for this one past rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And again, excited to be here on today. There are three different ways that you can listen to us on today. I am on my Facebook page, Annette, and around to let everybody know. We must talk into holiday with your family. Many of you had a lot of things going on, a lot of traveling going on. I did a little traveling myself, and then, which is, of course, why I was here. But, all right.
I told her so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you are so, she does.
Yes, and just so honest.
Sweet, and you know, she's very easy with, and so I'm mentioning her, of course, again, because she is the one that connected me. She sent me a message. She was like, I want to see if I get this young lady on your on today. Let's see. Oh my goodness. She's got a book and a coaching business. Let's see. Ebony Moncho is a speaker, a mentor, an successful businesswoman.
Thanksgiving.
That's
Miss
so
Bella
beautiful.
Marie.
It was a girl, Ebony. It's like sometimes we want to do, we have one thing here, we got another. Exactly.
Yes.
We sure do. But what a blessing. I see you guys coming in on the live. I see Demetria Brand Triplet, thank you, that's my assistant. I appreciate her as well. Wit is on, and Michelle Thomas, thank you so much for joining us on today. Tracy, I see you. They say yes, Wit is a beautiful soul. Indeed she is. But we do want to highlight her foundation. We want to highlight her book. We want to highlight, the things that she has going on. But, we kind of decided we would just kind of go as the Spirit leads us on today. And I want to ask you if you can, I read, just a snippet of your bio, because that's not even all of it. It was just a snippet, just kind of telling you a little bit about Ebony. But I want, if you could, talk to my listeners about who Ebony is, and how we even got to where we are today.
Got you. Okay, so thank you so much again for having me. I really appreciate it. Hello to all of your listeners. Thank you. I am an accountability coach, discovering what my true passion and purpose in life was. I worked in, and that was January, and as I was telling you, at that time I was teaching Sunday school, leading praise and worship. It's not the calling that I have for you. Time now for you to walk in your purpose. And I'm like, okay, God, okay, I guess my days of being Jonah is over, and so I guess I gotta listen. And so really am that up enough time, the kids not acting right and all these other things, but we see whether that be physically and or mentally, right? We think about, I have low self-esteem, I can't, but it's just a vision until you write it down, right? It can't manifest until it's in writing. So we sit down and we write those things out, and then I help you figure out how we're going to get aligned with who God.
Questions for that call in afternoon. We just want to say slide, and I appreciate you for doing. I'm actually very glad that I have met you on today, and I was looking at your website, and the montage of things that you're doing. It's nicely set up, or circumstance in life. Accountability coach in our minds. We get to, and then roll point. Of course, we're not going to go everything she goes through in the conference because we want you to get there.
Yeah.
But what is like your main thing to combat that? Because I always say, and people know, you go to my website, everything's fine. So that's what you're going to have to combat. Your thoughts. What is the main thing that you tell individuals to try and help them to get over, like a main hurdle to get back to, what they had planned to do, or to get to what they need. What is maybe some of the main things that you tell one main?
It is important to figure out why this is even a goal out with those 5 levels that they drill down. So that way, when those things happen, we go back and we pull that form out and we talk about, no, these, if I want to start this business because this has been our faster, then your desire and your energy and your motivation to starting a barbershop is not going to be there. So we drill down those 5. So then you can go back and use that as the strength and the energy.
Holding them. Okay.
You know what? Some of my clients be like, look, not your edges, girl. Look, I tell everybody,
To the gym,
either, girl,
it doesn't work for me.
as much as I need to get there.
Mama Verlene, thank punching. I love you more. Let's hashtag let things hinder you. Sounds familiar. Whatever, D. You know, I need to or have to.
So that sounds like she's a good accountant partner.
Yeah, she's digging into me right now.
And that's in the line with what you said. No, you said you were going to do this, so and you wanted to can readjust, and let's readjust and let's still make our goal.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, partner.
Look at she look. Y'all good to see you. Lady Beverly. Yes, wit. I think we've gotten to the point where we're like, okay, we need to make this happen. We got to make it happen. And we're trying to hold each other accountable now. We actually come from family. Watch out. Each other accountable. I love that. Let's see. There was something else I was going to ask you. Okay, so you mentioned about coming off of the corporate job and then starting your own business because that is what you were used to, the HR background that you had, and then starting the company. Now, do you still have that company, or is it kind of, something that you've been pulled away from because you were saying that the Lord said, okay, I know you were doing what you knew how to do, but you're not doing what I wanted you to do. Right. So what's happening with 360? So
I still have 360 as a functional business. We still have a few clients on the training and professional development side because we do offer those services, and I subcontract that out to other training specialists. Okay. But in terms of the HR work, that really was my niche area. So I haven't accepted any new HR clients or contracts, but in terms of training and professional development, we still welcome those because that is a different wheelhouse of the organization.
Okay, all right. So I asked you that for a reason because so you have that company, then you have this is what you're trying to do, challenging you, then your conferences coming up. Well, how? Okay, so this is a question coming from me. All right, so. So when you have so many, I guess, so many things, put your hand in so many pots, are you also able to help us to decipher, okay, what we should put, how much weight in which pot or whatever, or should we let something go? Do you encourage individuals like that? Or you say, you got your hand in too many pots. Okay, stop that, maybe focus on something. Is that something that you do, or do you encourage us to maybe to keep a little bit of weight in each pot, no matter whether it's 4 or 5 pots?
Right. Understood the question. So what we do first is we would dig into each pot. So say you have 5 pots, and we would look at what those pots are and currently what you do in each of the pots.
Okay.
And determine how effective that is or necessary to the continued success of said pot. Right. And then delegation is always, I encourage delegation because sometimes just because you're doing it doesn't mean that 1, you have to, or 2, it's the most effective use of your time of the business. As entrepreneurs, and especially when it's our babies, we feel like in order for that baby to live, thrive, and survive, we have to be the one to touch every single thing. It won't move forward if my hand isn't in the payroll, in the bookkeeping, if I'm not out there packing the boxes, if I don't see it before it go out, I'm doing inventory, this, that, I'm the salesperson, I'm the marketing person, because I feel like I have to be a part of it. But if you want the organization to grow, you can't continue to have your hand in every single area, right? It's not possible. So we should be operating in all 5 of those pots with the idea in mind that I'm functioning today the way I see my business in the future. right?
Got it.
Because if we continue to operate in the now, then how do we set ourselves up for what the future is going to look like? Yeah, you may only have 2 clients today, but that's not your goal. So start now while you only have 2 clients, preparing and organizing and setting up the foundation of the business for those 1,000 or however many clients you choose to have in the future. So we would kind of look at that and match what you're currently doing to the goals that you have for each of those pots, and then come up with the best course action for where your hands will go.
Okay. She's good. She's good. And how long has it been since you been doing this aspect? What did you say?
So officially, the last 8 months, but I've been Olivia Pope girl all my life. Okay. Fixing it
Okay.
is what I do.
Give me some dab.
Yeah,
Give me
I've
some
been
dab.
Olivia Pope all my life.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, now watch it and watch her. Okay. My goodness.
Look,
Okay.
it's handled.
Yes. Multiple streams of income, Demetria says, and she says she is all in a conversation I had earlier. Hashtag confirmation. Let's see. Whit said that's why a team is important. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good stuff. Because I mean, it's like, and I'm just gonna tell off on myself. You know, there's a few things that I'm actually venturing into and
Mhm.
doing, and I'm like, should I be doing all this all at once? But know what aspect that I'm going to have a hand in each of those. I mean, I know that I can handle it.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I was second guessing myself and thinking that I probably should not
Mhm.
or should only focus on one thing. Um, but as long as I, have all the pieces together and handle it, the way that I should, then I believe I'll be okay.
And I would like to challenge you to kind of figure out in your mind, what is it, like what's that barrier that make you feel like you can't handle it all? Because even though it's popping up in this arena, it may show its face somewhere else too. So once we can kind of think about what's making us think or feel some kind of way, then we know how to challenge that so it won't show up again.
Well, and that's a good point to make me think. But I will say this though, it's not that I feel that I cannot.
Mhm.
I think sometimes when you hear the world
Mhm.
and they're, oh, you got your hand in too many pots,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll be fine. I'm not going to listen to that or let that dictate to me what I should and shouldn't do.
Mhm.
As long as now if I'm not successful in something, then maybe I have to reevaluate
Right.
that. Because I believe that's a part of it as well.
Mhm.
But if it's something that I can do successfully, and knowing my ways, for doing it, that I should be okay. So it's just really
That outside noise.
getting out that
Mhm.
getting that outside noise,
Mhm.
keeping it out,
Mhm.
and not letting it come in. So that's pretty much what I have been dealing with.
So how do you get rid of that outside noise?
Look. Wait, who's interviewing
sorry.
who on today?
I'm sorry. That's
We
that.
might have to have our own little personal session. I'm just kidding. No, but thank you for that. How do I get rid of the outside noise? Just that. Just like sometimes, when you're going through situations or whatever, and the enemy's talking to you, whatever. I'm like, shut up talking to me.
Mhm.
You have nothing good for me. So yeah, I'm really just pushing the hours back and moving forward to just go ahead and accomplishing what I'm set to do. Sitting down, like you said, writing the vision out. That's going to shut the noise out.
Yes.
And then, putting it forth into action. I don't know why I feel like I'm being interviewed right now, but she's sure making me think. But no, but that's pretty much how I'm doing it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And especially if it's people, right? That's the outside
Yeah.
noise. We have to identify the sources of that outside
Mhm.
noise. Is it people? Is it external or is it internal?
Right.
And if it's internal, then what do we need to do to shut out that
Right.
outside noise? Is it our favorite scriptures? Is it a daily affirmation?
Right.
Like me, I get up every morning with my own affirmation and I tell myself, mirror, mirror on the wall, I'll always get up whenever I fall. And whether if I have to walk, run, or crawl, I'll set my goals and I'll slay them all. Like
Ooh.
I say that to myself every single
Love
day.
it.
So it's either a daily affirmation, a favorite scripture, Romans 8:28. Anybody know me? They know that's my favorite scripture, right? All things, whether if it's the good or the bad, are working together for my good,
Yeah.
as long as I'm walking in my purpose, because that's what that B clause say. Like we always forget that B clause, right?
Okay.
According to the purpose,
That's right.
that working. So you have to figure out if it's internal, what you have to do to, get rid of that internal noise. And if it's external, then who is it? And okay, what do I need to do to get you from being so close in my circle,
There you
right?
go. Mm-hmm.
And as we go up in life, sometimes it gets painful and lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be okay with that part too, right?
Exactly.
Because if it's people, we may have to shut those people off at some point. And like I said, sometimes that piece get painful and lonely, but we know that God is still going to restore
Yes.
everything that we may consider a loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Good stuff. That's good stuff. I know we're like we're having our own conversation here, but you guys can make sure to to hop in on it. Comments, questions, please go ahead, type them into the comment section. Those of you that are just now joining us, we are here interviewing and being interviewed by Ebony Moncho. Accountability coach. She's a speaker and author, and she wants to challenge your limits. She has a foundation called Challenge Your Limits, and we're talking about that amongst a host of other things on today. So I do appreciate you for joining us on today. Go ahead when you come in again, please like and share, so that others will know that we're on. Kamitris is watching, and I appreciate you. Let's see. Monetize some of those posts to free to what? Wait, where to go? To free you to deal with the other areas. Oh, monetize some of those pots. Put an extra S in there. Sorry. To free you to deal with the other areas. I got it. I got you. That's Demetria again. Yeah. Accountability. She got you, sis. Wait, what's happening today? Buddy Gill says that external element, it always has to be tweaked and fine-tuned. Yes, I would agree with that, Buddy. I definitely agree with that. Multiple streams of income. I think I read that one already. I keep going back to that because that's what's going to start happening here.
Yes, girl. They say seven.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. You talked about affirmations, and that's an excellent way to get push the outside noise out or keep it out. And I appreciate that. I probably do that more with scriptures. I love that one that you just quoted. But I do that more with scriptures, and Romans 8:28 is my absolute favorite scripture. Yes. And I've told people before, I said it may sound a little bit morbid, but that's what I need on my obituary. Okay. Romans 8:28. So if anybody that's listening to me, you all remember. Okay. All right. Thank you. If you're still here. All right. But that is my favorite because the way I look at life is in the words of that scripture, all things work together. Whether I'm going through something right now that feels very uncomfortable, painful, or whatever, or I've often said this: if I have become ill, with whatever, whether it's something minor or major, whatever, I always see myself on the other side healed, even while I'm still in that. I may still be feeling the pain. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna last. And I don't. Obviously, probably because of how I've been taught, in the Word and church. That I'm sure that's where it comes from. But I didn't really discover that that's what I was doing. Probably a couple of years ago. I'm like, I always think that way. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep thinking this way. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to always or feel that I'm always going to be ill or sick, or this is going to last, forever. I want to see myself on the other side of through. Yes. And so that's just another way that I keep that outside know is
Yeah,
out as
speaking
well.
those things that are not as though they were.
That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. Lady Beverly says there has to be a balance. Prioritize what is most important to you. We all have specialties, but we cannot excel at one thing if we are doing too many things. Hashtag Jack of all trades, master of none. What do you say to that comment?
So I think that we can, I've heard that so many times, a jack of all trades, master of none. And my personal opinion is